Good day, YouTube. Welcome to Wysol's Wisdom. My name is Nathan, and today I want to talk about resentment and how it's affected me over, to be fair, the last few years mainly. But I wanted to talk about resentment and not passing resentment on to others. So, where do I begin? I have to start right from the get-go. Now this resentment is going to be regarding my parents, actually. When I was young, my mum and dad broke up when I was about 7 years old, 6 years old roughly. Off the top of my head, I don't necessarily remember when they broke up. I just remember I was pre-8 years old because I remember a particular 8-year-old party or something with a caterpillar cake. Regardless, they broke up when I was young. As a child, you don't actually know why your parents broke up. That's if you've lived with parents breaking up before. Typically you don't know why, especially when you're young. Until you're a teenager, your family don't really tell you that sort of stuff, like why people doing this and that. So for many years I held a lot of resentment for my dad. Excuse this because I do need to process stuff still. This has been affecting me for some reason for the last few months. Hello, rabbit. Ever since I joined my most recent gym, actually, which the car park's behind me. I joined that gym on the 12th of the 12th, Portal Day 2024. The anniversary of my dad's death is the 15th of the 12th. So as you can imagine, since I joined my new gym, I've just been kind of ruminating and thinking about things. But since then, so let's go back a little bit. As I was growing up, like I was saying, my mum and dad broke up. I didn't know why, and before I left for university, so they broke up when I was around 7 years old, 8 years old, and by the time I went for university, so I was 19 when I went, and I think my dad tried to message me a year before I left. So within about a 10-year time span of them splitting up, I saw my dad for I think 4 years, and then he just disappeared. So as a young teenager, I had a lot of resentment. I wondered why on earth did he just, you could say, fuck off. What happened? No one actually told me why. There was no reasoning. It was just, your dad's not paying child support and we don't know how to get hold of him, sort of thing. So yeah, that happened. Now, as I just mentioned, my dad tried to contact me before I went to university. I ignored him. If you were ever in a similar boat to what I've been, don't ever ignore anyone, because you don't know what the fuck is happening. I ignored my dad when he tried to contact me. This was a year before he died. He tried to contact me about 6 months before I went to university through Facebook. I ignored the message. Again, because I had resentment. I didn't know why my mum and dad split up. And then I just put it all on him. In my child mind, it was his fault. It was him. He left. My mum was there for me. So my mind wasn't processing things. But after he died, I found out why they split up. And it had to be after he died, didn't it? Yeah. From my sister. One of my sisters. So the reasoning behind my mum and dad splitting up was not even my dad's fault, it was my mother's. My mother cheated on my dad, which is why they split up. Looking back as a child, I would know now that it was my mum, because as soon as we split up, my mum was with another dude and we were living with another dude straight away. Straight away. I was sleeping on the couch in some dude's apartment. But as a 7-year-old kid, you don't know what on earth is going on. Excuse me, I'm just walking around. So yeah, I didn't know what was going on, and I was a kid. That's really all I can say. I didn't know. But yeah, as my dad died, about I think 2 years after, my sister told me, Nathan, you know your mum was the one that cheated on Fred, which is my dad's name. And I was like, no. For years, I literally threw all the resentment I held for my dad onto my mum. Oh, you best believe that she got yelled at in her face. Everything. Like, there was a different version of me completely towards her for many years, until very recently actually. It just sunk with me that even though my dad did disappear, it was in a way my mum's fault. My mother has been the one that's been there for me growing up. She's the one that's been supporting me with food, clothes, a home. I can't put that resentment from one person, well, from one parent onto another parent. It doesn't feel right. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to do to kind of bring a family bond back in a way. But even then, like, even though me saying all of this, how in a way my mother lied to me growing up, I wouldn't really change anything, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without growing up how I grew up. And that's saying something. If I grew up with my dad, I may have been a completely different person. But I grew up living with females. 3 of them. I respect women more than they respect themselves sometimes, but I won't go there. What I'm trying to get at with this video is resentment is a nasty thing, and it will hold back things that are unnecessary. It will put you in a place, a wallowing place that you don't need to be in, especially when you don't have all the information. If you are holding resentment from a time where you were growing up, I'm not saying let it go, because you won't. You will never let that resentment go. But you need to alchemize it. And what do I mean by alchemize it is you need to use the energy that's built up when those thoughts arise to direct it into something better, something more aligned with a higher purpose in a way. Don't let the actions of people that don't necessarily know what they're doing in this world affect you. But to be honest, I don't really know what more I want to say about this topic. I've just been wanting to get this out of my head, out of my mouth for a while, for literally like 4 months now. But I've been in the process of sorting some stuff out. As you can see with some of my shorts, I've got a motorbike and I'm going to be doing some other stuff with that. But yeah, I'm going to leave that one here. Don't let resentment eat you. Let it go. Well, like I said, don't let it go. turn it into power. Turn that pain into passion. Have a good day. Peace out.